No viewers out there, it's one time for Sports Orbit. My name is Afa Cho. Salif Usman is also in the studio with me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit. Right, we begin straight from the World Athletics Championship, where it hasn't been a really good outing for Team Nigeria at that tournament, as the tournament ended with Team Nigeria returning without a single medal, whether gold, silver, or bronze. Well, one cannot actually, say what actually went wrong this time around. Like on the other day here, we had discussed about Toby Amuson's absence, had not been cleared on time, and could it be that he had affected the team? And maybe tell me talk now.
So, I just like to say, obviously, the last African World Championship is not a good moment for Team Nigeria. One we have expected, we have a high hope going into the competitions, even as one of our medal hope was having an issue before. Was clear just a day to the 2 days to the tournament. Our high expectations were prime on the fact that Nigeria's athletes were doing well in their various colleges and in the various college and international competitions they were partaking, and even in the different diamond leagues. But unfortunately, our medal expectations were dashed when first when one of our medal folk is a Brumi, who has been consistently improved on our performance right from where it's league into the world, right from 2019 in Doha, when all hope were lost. It's a Brumi came to our rescue and give us a bronze medal. That was in 2019 in Doha. Then following series the next year was a COVID year, so the sport events were almost cancelled all around. Then 2020 was 2021 we became an Olympic year. Olympic year is a Bruno again, follow it up, give Nigeria still a bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympic. And then last year, he followed it to go a step further to give us a silver medal. So from that angle, Nigerians were very proud and hopeful that Isi Brume will get us a gold medal this time around. Because if you're looking at our performance, he has been a step forward. So the expectation was that he's going to give us a gold medal this time around. But unfortunately, while he was almost given it at the high event, in the final, he was almost on the medal, at least to give us if for anything to give us a bronze medal. But unfortunately, Norwegian dropped from the finally leave and then to push her out of the podium and then finishing fourth in a long jump event.
Yeah.
Then we came to the women hall rifle. There's even a Philip Fable for 200 meters. There's a high expectation that Philip is going to give us even though not a gold medal, at least to finish on the podium. Exactly. But unfortunately, Philip could not even make it to the final. That's another hope dash there. Then another medal prospect that were too short and are going to get a medal, even though at least was Chukwemeka Inekweshe in the short put. Still again, Inekweshe could not even make it to the final. All hope. Then at the end of the day, we now let's now realize on the queen of the moment. The world record holder, the world champion, and the superstar, the one we normally call Toby Express. To be expressed, despite going through a lot of devastating situations leading to the tournament, either is she going to compete or is not going to compete, is she going to get the credit, is not going to get the credit. Yes, there was no high hope on her that she's going to win because of what she has passed through. But she lived up to, she gave out a hope because nobody even expected that she's going to put on a fantastic performance. But in as much as we are not happy that Nigeria is throwing home without a medal, but I still give kudos to Toby and Musa for still show that yes, her performance in the last 2 years is not just a fluke. That she has come, she has stayed a star and he has come to be a superstar. In her first heat, he won the first heat. Even in the semi-final, she won it. But in the final, unfortunately, she couldn't click well. She finished 6th overall. Although some people have said that, to me, if you're looking at her performance based on what he passed through, no any athlete will pass what to is to be Amusa passed through. She only get a clearance on Thursday night. Why the event have to kick up on Friday? So somebody who get a clearance on a day to the tournament and still perform, get to the final. How many athletes that came to that competition and couldn't even go beyond the first round? But despite all this, is into the Amusa still get to the final. But unfortunately, in the final, she finished 6th. And with that, the moment she Toby Amusa couldn't make it, Toby get to the podium, we all like Team 9. There's nothing to make him. Team 9 is going to come home. And after that, we now shift attention to both women and both women late team, already by 100 late team. Still, nothing happened, and the 4x4 relay still all hope lost. Well, it's really unfortunate that we ended this. My only annoyance is that this thing is happening adding a year to the Olympics.
Exactly.
And this has clearly told us that we need to step up our preparation. We need to step up all everybody that is involved, right from the ministry to the athletic federation and to the athlete himself. Everybody need to step up. Because what he has put us in a state of dilemma, and the athlete need to step up. Everybody, all they need to do to encourage this athlete to get back to their best. Because what it means, if you lose a hit, a run, in this Olympic, it's going to affect you psychologically. And we hope that we need to have a psychology and to put this athlete in a better shape ahead of the Tokyo Olympics. As it is now, we are at their disadvantage going for the Olympics.
All right, to some football now, where some not too cheering news. Also, Nigeria's 2 representatives at the CAF Champions League, that's Champions Eyimba and Remo Stars, also at the weekend couldn't make it past the preliminary round of the competition after Eyimba, they were knocked out after a goalless draw with Al Ali Benghazi of Libya in Aba yesterday. The Nigerian champions went into the second leg of the Champions League first round matches with a strong hope after playing out a 4-3 with the Libya side in the first leg. Playing at home and in front of their supporters, the People's Elephant dominated proceedings, but the visitors put up the fight to shut out the attacking threat. The home fans were left disappointed at the end, as a 1-0 win would have seen Eyimba scale through to the second round. Now Al Ali advanced on 4-3, and quite sad situation, because you expect that if you go away and put up this kind of performance, 4-3 was, one would expect that. I mean, if you are able to score 3 goals away, coming back home, you hope that at least Eyimba would have been able to, at least even if it's 1-0. But I really don't know what went wrong. Maybe really it's quite disheartening, because like last season we even went a bit far and still dropped to the CAF Confederations Cup. But this time around, this is just the prelim stage, and both teams knocked out of the competition.
Yeah, Alpha, you are very correct. To me, I see this weekend as a very dark weekend for Nigeria sports. All our teams, all competitions. We are just talking about the athletics, going for the athletics, coming home without a single medal. For the first time in 5 years, 2017, after 2017, 2015 come empty handed, 2017 the same thing. But thereafter, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2020, and last year we came with a medal. But this year we came empty handed. We are turning home without any single medal. And now, while we are seeing that that is not enough, we have the same Sunday yesterday.
Exactly.
Eyimba, the People's Elephant, the 2-time champion, Nigerian League champion, crashed out of, not just, I don't know to say crash out of the Champions League. They crashed out of the preliminary round, playoff, a preliminary round to even get to the main competition.
Yeah.
We couldn't qualify to get to the main Champions League competition. Why we're talking about the same thing in Remo Star fellowship. And all these two, to me, I wouldn't say the draw was not favorable as normally. The draw was favorable to them. They played their first match, and all of them played the return leg at home,
exactly.
Which put you in a perfect shape to qualify. The first leg, their performance in the first leg, to me, it was fantastic. Eyimba, just like you say, Eyimba lost 4-3 away to Al Benghazi in Libya. And then when you score, just like you said earlier, when you score 3 goals away, coming your own home to score goal, to just score a single goal in one goal shouldn't be a tough task for you not to achieve. But unfortunately, despite everything at the disposal of Enyimba, with the home from the fans behind them, Enyimba find it difficult to break the Al-Ali side from Libya.
Exactly.
From a Libya who are in a state of war. Enyimba couldn't break them.
Very tight.
I don't know why Finidi Jones and his technical crew and his crew couldn't marshal any tactical way to neutralize the defense of the Libyan side. And here we are a Nigerian league champion. You are talking of not Nigerian club, a Nigerian league champion, exactly. 2-time champion of Africa, who should be in the class of Al-Ali of Egypt, who should be in the class of Memorial Sudan of South Africa, all going out of the Cup Champions League just at the preliminary round, not the main competition. And just like you say, when we complained that last season was not the best performance from Nigeria, when the like of River United and Plateau United dropped out of the competition, they couldn't make it to the group stage of the competition. We're complaining. Even this one here is the worst situation. We couldn't even get close to anywhere.
Exactly.
Last year, like we said, Plateau United, River United, after failing to progress, dropped to the second tier of the league, which is CAF Confederation Cup. Now our champion and our vice champion couldn't even make it to anywhere. Automatically they are out of the CAF competition. This is go at the preliminary round. The only people know maybe the runner who are going to play in the CAF competition. I hope that they will sustain. It is so unfortunate when we talk better insurance and the FA Cup champion. When we say that our league is not where we are trying to project it. The league organizers will keep us telling us that we have the best league. How do you have the best league that cannot beat a Libyan side? How do you have that your champion, the champion you produce, can't compete against a Libyan side? How will you say the vice champion of your league can't compete with the South African, the Ghanaian team? The Ghanaian team that you even come to play Remo Star are not the normal Ghanaian team you can know. Like Asate, Kotoko, and the rest that already are named. It's just a team that just come from Ghana and come here beat us. The Remo Star played the first leg, not the first leg 1-0. Yes, they did score a 1 goal at home, make it 1-1 on aggregate. But in the penalty they say penalty is anybody's game. But they have opportunity to have buried that the game in the 90 minutes. But unfortunately, we lost that opportunity. But and I hope those organizers in our league should need to do something. Nigeria football is obviously going down. If we can't compete in Africa, then what are we saying?
Exactly. All right, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, Sport Update continues. Don't go nowhere.
Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country.
Break, it's still Sports Orbit. Of course, tomorrow the draws for the NPFL 2023 season will hold in Abuja on the heels of the annual general meeting of the board and the 20 clubs. It will be the very first AGM under the newly inaugurated leadership of Honorable Gbenga Elegbele, who was made substantive chairman of the NPFL board after steering the IMC. Because we had, talked about this postponement sometime last week, but finally it's going to hold tomorrow, and I hope tomorrow's date will stand because somehow, in fact, the league was even supposed to start this weekend initially from the initial date, but now the draws will hold tomorrow night, and we've spoken about this several times that it's not when you're about to start the league that's when you begin to hold draws. By the time you finish the league, you've had, when was this last season ended? Close to a month plus. So all during this period, what was the board doing that you couldn't come up with a program for your next league? So this fire brigade approach sometimes it's not really good. That, like we said, it quickly shows the disorganization of how we do things, because I don't see any big deal with holding a draw. You have 20 teams in the league. Even me, I think if you give me 2-3 days with all the 20 teams, me, you, and a few we can organize a draw, and the draw will hold tomorrow. And we just hope that the league will begin at the scheduled date. He said either 8th or 10th of September.
Yeah, we'll not stop talking. We'll continue to lament.
Yeah.
I hope that one day they'll listen to what we're
Exactly.
saying. And the outcome, when you fail to plan, what do you get?
Plan to fail.
Plan to fail. And the outcome of it is always obvious, and that's what we get in the Niba and Monster.
Yeah.
When our champions and our vice champions could not even compete in the Netherlands of Cup Champions League, and we claim ourselves to be one of the giant one of the football nation in Africa.
Exactly.
If you are a football nation in Africa, you are mentioned football in Africa, and your team is not there. What are you saying? In the elite competition of football league, Nigerian team is not there.
Because ordinarily, while the CAF competition, these players are supposed to be playing. The league is supposed to be on.
Yes,
that's the advantage. So that to match sharpness. That's why it's done in other countries.
Yeah, you are
once the league and in fact the last what closes the European League is the final of the Champions League. After that, every league shuts down. So when this CAF Champions League is on, our league is supposed to be on, so that at least you know that you are match sharp. Because this boy, when was the last time they played any serious competitive game apart from some friendly matches? And these are part of the problems.
And even many friendly matches.
Exactly.
Even the pre-season tournament, while the Premier League was on break, we had club engage in the pre-season tournament.
Yeah.
How many pre-season tournament have they held this year in Nigeria?
Exactly.
Those things. So, and if you had the club coaches or complain that we are much frosty because we are not engaging the leagues, you don't exonerate them from that blame.
No, of course.
Obviously,
of course.
The league organizer and everybody have a hand in the problem of the on the Yiba and
exactly,
because the players are not fit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So just like say, we hope that there's no need to delay. Holding a draw shouldn't be a big thing.
Yes.
But tomorrow we are going to have everybody from Look and Pro within Nigeria to assemble in Abuja, saying we are going to take it.
Because I don't remember them doing a ceremony. All we see is they just release
it's an illegal organizer that time they release out. You this is the draw for next season. What they need just a club representative to present and witness what happened. But what we hope that one day we get it right. But everything about our football is always, I don't know how to describe it. It's not something that is too. It's not too palatable to everyone today. Yeah. Tomorrow night you get to the world and people say just a carnival. A carnival that is not worthy of trust. We should celebrate what we have, not to celebrate what we don't have. Tomorrow night you see inviting everybody, ministers, everybody will be coming there to make speeches that are not necessary.
Necessary at all.
Draw shouldn't be a big.
No, at all.
Now you say to hold the game along with the draw. By now, club as the season end, club ought to have known where they are going to start their first match.
Exactly.
And who they are going to play, who is the last person they are going to play.
Yeah. Right. Some basketball news now, where the phase 1 of the Zenith Bank Women's Basketball League ended yesterday, with Nigerian Customs Basketball Club and First Bank maintaining lead in the Savannah and Atlanta conferences respectively. The two clubs win all their matches to show intention of making it to Lagos for the national finals billed for October. At the Atlanta conference in Accra, First Bank defeated all the other teams in the zone to maintain a winning streak after 5 games. So like I said last week, at least the women's league is up and running thanks to this as sponsors, Jenny Bank, of course, which is bankrolling it, and we need such more of this kind of corporate interventions in our sports.
Yeah, congratulations to is it NBBL? I mean to win. No, congratulations to NBBL. At least you have the basketball league back on stream again.
Yeah.
And thanks to Jenny Bank, who has been a long time sponsor of this competition. We also use this competition to also remember the likes of Tijani Umar, the former president of NBBL. He brought this Jenny Bank into this game, into this sponsorship, and he was able to tie the Jenny Bank even after the sponsorship has had to leave.
Yeah,
his tenure.
Exactly.
That's why leaving the office was since 2007. The sponsorship is still running. And despite all the crises in the basketball, Jenny Bank still have faith with the basketball because they have faith probably to give opportunities for the players, and we say thank you, Jenny Bank, for us still be there for the club. And First Bank, Custom, they are always a dominant force when it comes to the basketball. It's only Custom. These are the two institutions that have both male and female team, and both their male and female team have been well in the basketball. So congratulations, and we only hope that the only thing that is still lacking is when and where the main league is going to come on. Tijani Umar administrations have a sponsorship with the DSTB basketball league. Then later with the Question basketball league, which was supposed to run till the end of last year, 2022. But unfortunately, the crisis in the basketball, the self-interest in the basketball, crippled that sponsorship deal. And the Question people has to go back. By now, we have still have the Question league running. Question league was worth, I think, at the time about $200 million US was strike. Was a deal which is a good bulk of money to develop basketball. But because of individual difference and individual interest, that sponsorship after 1 year or 2 years couldn't go anywhere. And the moment Januma left office, so everything scattered. So we hope that Kida, who is always want to be a leader, they have given after wasted first 4 years doing nothing in terms of basketball development, they have given opportunity again. The other faction led by Igoshe have hold their sword. They have cooled down. They are not saying anything. They are not trouble him. And now, last time, Kida was blamed that there's a court case preventing him or holding a league. There's no any court case now anywhere. There's no any court case now anyway. So Kida should bring our male basketball league back. We demand let's have the male basketball league.
I mean, you're right. Anyway, let's go to some tennis now as we are running out of time. Well, the US Open is set to begin, and Djokovic and Alcaraz once again will be on collision course. Recall that in the last Grand Slam at Wimbledon, actually, Alcaraz had, won that one, defeating Djokovic in that final. But in this tournament, once again, Djokovic will be hoping that this time around, if he clashes with Alcaraz. Don't forget that the Cincinnati Masters last weekend, they met once again, and this time Djokovic came out victorious.
1-1.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like we are not after the era. It was the eras of Federer, Djokovic, then Nadal joined. Now, so since injury, no time to injury has forced Federer to retire prematurely as he had planned. Now Nadal is struggling with the injury to keep fit. Nadal is out, so not out completely. But
he's even planning. In fact, he had said that next year, he thinks by next year, 2024, he will call it quits.
So injuries no longer. Now we are beginning to have the era of Alcaraz and then Djokovic. So Djokovic,
because interestingly, Djokovic might not last long on the scene again because he's already 36. Alcaraz is 20, so you can as well say that a new generation is gradually coming in tennis.
So, but why Alcaraz is still remaining, why Nadal is still remaining on the court? Let's know the competitive is going to give us, and we have to ensure that the hype of the tennis remains as it was during the Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic. And now, let's try it going to be. It was fantastic. Let's hope that if the two of them, because already people are already predicted, either they're going to be either in the semi-final or in the final.
Right down straight to the Premier League, where interesting matches went down during this weekend, and if we have those table, but interesting matches going down this weekend for Chelsea, who kicked it off on Friday, recording their first win, 3-0 it was. But I mean, many of us and many people expected it. In fact, they had said that it was a mismatched a match actually, because Luton Town against Chelsea. In fact, they said the whole what of the Luton Town squad was not up to the money spent in Chelsea in buying Caicedo. Well, so it wasn't a surprise. Chelsea came out victorious now, and 3-0. It's a case of when you catch a small boy, you deal with him.
Beat him well.
Beat him well.
It could have been a surprise to if Chelsea failed to win the match. But thank God, at least Lutoto has given them opportunity to play. At least we have 1-1
Yes.
this season. So congratulations to Pochettino and his team, and I will pray that Pochettino will follow it up.
They can continue.
We'll follow it up from here and continue. And then Tottenham, after hitting Manchester United at last weekend, they follow it up with another fantastic 2-0 away to Baltimore. Arsenal surprised everybody on Saturday.
Exactly.
Despite against Fulham, that in the last 10 years, Fulham have never gotten a
Very well.
result against Arsenal.
Yes,
Almost 30 years, Fulham have not had getting a result at the Emirates Stadium. But unfortunately, even though with the 10 men, Arsenal failed to beat ordinary Fulham. I'm sorry to use that word, ordinary Fulham, because normal Fulham should be able to compete Arsenal. But despite go down with -1, still Arsenal strong and managed to escape. It was an escape for Arsenal.
It was.
Fulham should have beat Arsenal.
Yeah.
So it was not a fantastic for Arsenal fans. It was not a fantastic weekend for Arsenal fans, but they still managed to get a point. But however, it was a fantastic weekend for Arsenal fans. Brentford, Crystal Palace 1-1. It's not surprising result there. Wolves recovered from their defeat to recover to get a win against Everton. Everton is like, well, just like the start last season, they go back to searching the normal situation again. Stay home. Yeah, people say yesterday that Manchester United was doing a favor. They were doing a favor by referee. So like that, but whatever it is, Manchester United, they have gotten a two victory this season. They get the bounce back from the defeat to Tottenham, and then to get another 3-2, a fourth one against Nottingham Forest.
2 goes down.
Yeah. Brighton lose their first match of the season. So West Ham side, David Moyes side, I think they're beginning to do well. Then Aston Villa is another surprise team this season.
Aston Villa too.
Just one and last season when Emery came after the sacking of Gerrard. Emery did well to ensure that he get the team off to the Europa Conference League qualification. And now he has started from where he stopped last season again with another impressive performance. 3-1 away win against Vincent Kompany falling side.
Exactly.
Sheffield United, Man City, that's why not playing well. That's what they make of champion.
Yeah.
And that's what things clubs like Arsenal, Man U, and Chelsea need to learn from Man City. Even when Man City are not playing well, they still find a way to get the result. Because just like Mourinho normally says, it's not about playing a beautiful ball. What counts at the end of the day is the who won. Yeah. Is the result. You can have, if you like, have 80 possession. It doesn't count
at all.
A team that have less than 20 possession get the result and get all the 3 points. And that's what Man City are doing. Despite not playing well, they still manage to do. Without their coach, who is having back, who went on having back short, still get the result. Newcastle also lost to Liverpool. Liverpool away, to me, it was a surprise victory for Liverpool because I think based on the way Newcastle have started this season, I didn't expect them to go there at home.
Yeah, actually. Well, that's the result for the weekend. Interesting games. It was, of course, a quick look at the table that win. Of course, Man City 3-3. I think that's the only team so far who has won. Yeah, 100% record. West Ham in second place. Spurs, Liverpool, of course, make up the top 4 for now. But of course, this is how the league always starts. But my worry is Man City being on top so early. Last season they had to bounce back, but this time they are starting as the leaders.
As the leaders, already open 2-point gap.
Yes, exactly. And Man City starting as the leaders, I think is dangerous. And might just be.
Yeah, you're dangerous. Because me, I was looking at this speaker, I say, well, thank God Gabriela is not going to be around. Maybe the assistant coach will not be able to manage it well. But unfortunately, they still tell me that no, the coach or not, because they try not to play well. They still get what they want to get and get the result.
All right. Of course, as the league process, definitely things will change in the table as it progresses. But for Man City, let's see.
You can see Everton, like I said earlier, 3 matches so far. Now already losing all the three matches.
Exactly.
Already
starting the season just the way it was. In fact, in last 2 seasons, not just last season. The previous season they struggled. Last season, this season, if they don't wake up, they might not be lucky this time around.
-6 goals already against them. So, well.
All right, that's that for our package on today's edition of the program. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be back with more stories from the world of sports to give you 4 p.m. It is. Do join us at that time. Salifu, thank you for being in the studio once again.
Thank you.
All right, until we come your way, do have a wonderful time. My name is Afa Acho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements,